Well, a lot of my favorite Newswatch memories would have to be the ones that we had around like the Christmas time or other holidays, where we would have those special episodes where we would decorate the studio. The April Fool's episodes that we did were always really funny because we were just making stuff up. My absolute favorite moment would probably have to be when Krebs gathered a bunch of us for a new segment and like threw us in a room and had us answer a bunch of questions. Like, I don't know, something about that one. That was just a good time.
I think my favorite Newswatch memory has to be the April Fool's episode of Dietrich's Delights from my sophomore year. That was toward the end of the life cycle of Dietrich's Delights, and Liam Dietrich, the host, wasn't even there. It was just me, Mark, and Aiden Poole, and we had quite a fun time making some very, very delicious food.
My favorite Newswatch memory is the Secret Santa swap that we had where we would exchange gifts and we'd watch old Newswatch footage.
My favorite Newswatch memory is the recent winter party where I convinced Mr. J to get us Moe's.
You know, I suppose my favorite Newswatch memory was all the great times we had on the various episodes of Krebs Cast. Wow, we did all kinds of things. We debated with each other. We participated in strange and kind of stupid game shows. We answered interview questions that often made little to no sense. And if I could do it all over again, I would have not spoken to Krebs.
Yeah. My favorite Newswatch memory is the big dinner party we have at the end of the year to celebrate our vast success over the past school year.
My time with the political update, of course. I can't forget all the memories I had with political update. Writing scripts, recording, going through all of the political news the past couple weeks before I put it together.
In the beginning, when I first joined my sophomore year, that Newswatch was more of just a place to hang out in and just make jokes, meme around, and I didn't take it too seriously. But over time, I actually started trying to take things seriously, like being on the camera, actually learning how to do that.
It's kind of like a way to just like immerse yourself in the world of like television production, news production. The main reason I got into this to begin with is just because a lot of my friends were doing it, and I was very curious about like camera work and stuff like that. But it was just kind of this club has been kind of a way for me to try stuff that's kind of like out of my typical comfort zone. I tend to like writing a lot and stuff like that, but kind of doing camera work and like audio work, it exposes you to like new experiences and kind of gives you like those odd life experiences that may be helpful down the road or may potentially lead to other career opportunities.
For me, Newswatch is really a place to connect with friends. I've met a lot of really nice people here, including the staff at Medway Cable and some of the upper and lower classmen. It's been great meeting them all, hang out with them, and it's also helped with friends I already had, just having a place for us to go and work together and be creative. It's been really a great experience.
I guess Newswatch sort of started out as like a place where I'd see all my friends, and I was like, oh, I'll never join this. And then my sophomore year I came out, I was like, I actually really like what's going on here. And then I got to see all the opportunities I could do to get involved with the community and the school. And then one thing led to another, and next thing you know, I was showing up to meetings and helping write stuff for the shows. It's just been a great way to get to know everyone at the school.
I guess you could say Newswatch is where I met a lot of, well, the best friends I've ever had in my entire life.
What does Newswatch mean to me? Funny question. I guess if I had to put it into words, I'd say the Newswatch to me represents learning. It represents technology. It represents our strive to reach a better tomorrow by educating the youth of today. And although we may never get there, it is in the journey that Newswatch will get us there.
My advice to incoming freshmen is not look Mr. J in the eye. He doesn't like that. Just don't do it.
I think my biggest advice is just be very open-minded about it, and be as creative as possible. I mean, you have the ability to make your own segments. As far as production goes, you can try your hand at being the director, working audio, working camera, and just really be open, just try a bunch of different things. When I first started, I did camera work. I shifted over to audio and ended up finding that a lot better. And you know, without being open-minded and just trying new things, you're not gonna find where you excel the most in the club.
I would like to tell the incoming freshmen that Newswatch is a really, really great opportunity to try something maybe out of your comfort zone, or make some new friends, or just gain some knowledge in some things that are just helpful outside of the field of just like making video. Like I've certainly used the skills I've learned in this class and the equipment here for making projects for other classes. Like I've made videos, and I've done some graphic work in some classes. It's been quite helpful.
Real advice time. Learn to do something else than just be a cameraman, like I did. Try and edit maybe. Do some other stuff. Try and write a script. Actually try and contribute. I mean, you can meme around for a long time, but eventually the crunch will come and you'll have to at least pretend to know how to do things.
I guess if I had to tell them anything, it's to get your segments in on time, very important. Ask for help with editing. Editing's a pain in the ass, ain't no way to get around that. I never quite got the handle of it, but I'm sure they will. And that's pretty much all I got. And also, don't join Newswatch. Is probably my #1 advice.
I would tell the incoming freshmen that it would be a shame if they didn't sign up.
So I guess I'll tell every incoming freshman this as they come into high school, and that's use every opportunity you have to its fullest. If you do that, then your high school experience is going to be defined by a lot of great accomplishments, a lot of great memories, meeting a lot of great people, doing a lot of great things. Newswatch is absolutely no exception to that. Meet everybody in Newswatch, get to know everybody, use the editing equipment, learn how to do a little bit of everything. Take those opportunities to learn a lot about it, work with Medway Cable, do stuff outside of the club, outside of the school day. Your experience with Newswatch is what you make it, and I think I've made it really an enjoyable time, and it's made me learn a lot about myself and a lot about what I can accomplish.